Just something fun and random to do, basically. There isn't a specific reason, I'm just doing it just because. I already did a tutorial on line drop, I released it yesterday. Check my channel, you'll see it. It's the very first video that should be on there because I just released it yesterday. So you came just in time. Always check my channel if you have questions about Colbot because if there's not a video on there, I'd be real surprised. Most of the stuff I've already done. There's a few things I've yet to do or can't figure out how to do, but the vast majority of questions can be answered just by searching my channel. Ah, didn't get the charm. It's a bummer. Guess I will take those because these don't have any resistances on them. Is this ladder? Yes, it's ladder. It is indeed. It's easy to get and it's kind of neat. You don't see too much purple equipment in Diablo 2, so kind of neat. I don't think I'm going to follow this game after this. He's got his other characters running other stuff rather than Chaos and Bale. Well, I guess by the time we get to Bale, they're all there, but his Chaos is really slow because he's only running one character. Looks like the Druid finally got here. That's two now. Just takes too long. Hey yo, how's it going, Leo? I think he runs nil before, yep. Runs nil before he does Bale too. Dude named his character George Floyd's. Yikes. It's too soon, man. Too soon. It's tigulated meal anyway. Oh, okay. Couldn't remember what the heck that was. Ah, if that was 3 to war cries, maybe. Could have put it to use at least. Bummer. Four socketed, but not F. Bummer. Meteor Orb for the 15% ice bonus for years. I still think I own like 3 on BattleNet. I never really was a big fan of Tal Rajas, but it's a neat set. I've run a couple. Early ladder especially. Still like to find, I can't speak. I'd still like to find a nice pike, like a nice rare pike, amp damage, with insane ed and mana lifesteal. That'd be cool. Probably never gonna happen, but it'd be pretty neat if you could find one. He said fast, he meant it. These are faster runs for sure. Ripperoni. Thank you, sir. It's appreciated. It was very nice of you. If that wasn't a bot, it may have been. Not sure. Either way. Ripperoni again. I don't know why that Amazon's getting so close. Trying to grab all the loot, I suppose. What level is that Amazon? 57, that's why. Died like 5, 6, 7 times already. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did he just leave? I think he did. Or she. Yikes. Had to rage quit, it was so bad. I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish there. I mean, at 57 it doesn't matter too much because you can just level up easily anyway, but it's just a odd way to do things to continuously die over and over. Well, I spoke too soon because this run is definitely a lot slower. It wouldn't surprise me if the Amazon had said that. If chat was actually working, which I don't believe it is, yeah. The Amazon just repeatedly died. I don't get that. Just hang back for a little bit, dude. The drops aren't that important. There probably wasn't even anything worth getting anyway. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's totally not worth just dying repeatedly. Ah, I missed it. There was a thresher in there. Unique thresher. I tried to get it, but I misclicked. What does it say? Must be lagging. My friend, what is that new Lime bot you've been making videos on? Lime drop? Just one video. And it's basically so you can drop items in a game, like a trade game for GSP primarily. So if you don't know what GSP is, I would pretty much just ignore that because it's not all that useful. It's just to speed up trading on D2GSP. Oh, he dropped it. But I think he's playing with us. It's probably not very good. But the Reaper's tool is pretty cool. Ugh. Okay, that hurt. The Fetid Sprinkler. I don't think I've seen that in quite a while. Got the essence, but I don't need it. Yoink. Once I get to 83, I'll do something else. Either we'll keep playing this, or I'll swap over to my other sorceress. We'll see. Whichever you guys like better. I wasn't very quick on that one. You gotta be quicker than that. Excuse me. Now I can roll my spirit. Do that next time we go to town after chaos is done. See what we get. I think I've rolled 3 or 4 yesterday and I got all crappy ones. So hopefully today will be the day. Yo, what's up? What's going on, man? Super. I'm super. Not much. Just messing around with this Tal Sorceress. I figured why not. I had this character rushed already, so may as well play it and level it up a bit. Alright, so let's roll this spirit real quick. Tal Thor, Tal Thor or Am, and we got a 29, which is kind of meh. Decent mana roll. Magic roll is just sort of okay. But yeah, not the best roll. I don't think I've rolled a single 30 in the last 4 rolls I've done, which is kind of disappointing. Time for a reroll. If I had the runes and everything on this character, I would. For now, I'm just going to leave it. Luckily enough, Spirit's not too hard to find the runes for, so rerolls with the Spirit is fairly easy to do, which is nice. You'll get a 32 on your next one? I mean, 32 is not that bad. Way better than 29 is, that's for sure. At least 32, you're only a couple off. It's all mine. All your loot belonged to us. It's all terrible, so. Lube Tube? It's an interesting name. It's interesting that everybody runs their bots with full gold and they never let them gamble. I'm not sure I understand the reasoning behind that. Unless you're saving it for something else, I suppose. Holy crap, chat is working. Yeah, there's definitely no patch coming, but I think he's messing with us. I won't hold my breath for a patch for a 20-year-old game. Although it would be pretty fascinating if they did release an official patch. The Diggler. Includes a rune word that grants Frozen Orb. Isn't there a... Pretty sure there's already an item that has Frozen Orb charges. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure there's already one of those. It's not a rune word though, I don't think. Frozen Orb without the Cold Mastery and without level 20 is not really that great anyway. Free gold, yeah, pretty much. I mean, why not pick it up? I was sitting there anyway, so may as well get it. The embossed plate always tricks me because I forget that it's the exceptional rather than the elite version. Lacquered plate is actually the elite version, of which you hardly ever see. Charges not plus skill way different. Eh. So you're saying it would be, in this theoretical context, it would be a plus to Frozen Orb? How many plus? True. The only thing that's worth it is teleport, which we already have. So, static field wouldn't be too bad, actually. If you could have static field on something that you would use all the time, that would be okay. If it was easy to use, and it was on something that you used all the time. I repeat everything that everybody says. It helps me comprehend what I'm seeing. No, I'm just kidding. But he is right. What was that? Oh, it was a shale. Meh. Yeah, you grab that shale. Quick. Grab it. MS, do you enjoy trolling chat? Does it fulfill your day? It's pretty cool. Like a white bone shield. Neat looking. Guess it helps if you accept party invites first, huh? Just maybe. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. See, if this was 3-socketed, I would have considered it for a dream, but even then, I think the resistances are just too low. Yeah, 23, I think 45 is top. So, yeah, well, even then it wouldn't have been good enough, sadly. Chaos Claw has a percentage chance to cast Frozen Orb. Oh, yeah. You are correct. I forgot all about that. Of course, I don't use this, Assassins very much. Do you remember the trolls way back? Which ones? I mean, we've had different variations for a long time. Is this F? This is not F. Actually, can Bone Hue even be F? Pretty sure it can. I feel like that can be F. Oh, those are scammers. Those aren't trolls. Trolls are more like MS where they like to mess with you. A scammer is somebody who's trying to actually steal from you. The guys you're talking about are scammers. They put up, what's the armor that looks like Tull's armor? Rattle Cage? I think? Something like that. It looks just like Tull's armor, like the graphic looks like it. So if you're not paying attention, you get hosed. It's only a scam if it works. Well, there's still a scammer regardless, because that's what they're trying to do, is scam you. That is their goal, after all. Sorry, I was paying attention to something else. Sorry, all we missed was Bale anyway. What got me into Diablo? That's a good question I don't know the answer to. I played the first Diablo, but I don't remember why or who brought it to my attention. It's been too long ago, I don't remember. But I played the first one. I even played the first one online, on Battle.net. So, long before this came out. Still would if people were playing it. I actually really like Diablo 1. More than likely a friend had a copy. I just don't really remember anymore. I mean, you're talking 25 something, maybe more years ago. That's a long time. I don't remember exactly anymore. I also had it on the PlayStation 1, which for a console port, that was a really good console port. My little brother and I played on that quite a bit, co-op. That way we didn't have to have two computers. Which we didn't have two computers anyway, so we couldn't have played that way anyway, but it was fun to play. Another IO, or EO, or I always call it IO. That's not right, but whatevs. It's all mine. It's all terrible. Why do they toss a perfect diamond out? I mean, I'll take that. Use it for something. An upgrade or something along those lines. Do I need another Tal Rune? I don't. This is USE slattered. Okay, go for it. This is a public game, you could be doing that anyway. To this day, I still don't know what it's called. Yeah, I never really took the time. A lot of the words in this game are not something we speak every day, so it's difficult to really know how they're said unless you look it up or have somebody tell you how it's said. Fall Rune. Not bad. Not used very often though. Another limb. Always use those. Just another wave and we'll be good to go. So we're at least 83. I should go to 84 or 85. I just don't know if I feel like it. Do I want to keep going? If I don't, then my mercenary won't be able to use Andes, so I guess I kind of have to. Or I could level the mercenary up. Let's see if we get lucky. Easy 10 strength for the fall rune, yeah, but you really shouldn't need that. I would hope. I'd hope you wouldn't need it anyway. Let's see. So these are really low. Like really, really low. I don't think this resets it anymore. It used to reset it if you left town and came back, but I don't think it does anymore. Nope, does not. Just to verify.
Who goes there?
Nope. Darn. I don't know if I want to bother with that. Do I need another profile to get my other bots to follow me, or could I use the normal Diablo.exe? Um, you can use other profiles, and I would think that'd be easier. But you don't have to. You can use the regular Diablo.exe. The thing is, if you do that, you're going to have to start that first, because Diablo checks to see if you have copies of Diablo open. So if you already have your uh, bot open, it's going to give you an error message. So I would say just use the bot to have multiple windows. Yeah, you have to make a new game. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It used to be you could just take the little sewer tunnel and then come back and it would reset. I don't know why they changed that. It's kind of a dumb thing to change. Though they don't want you to get mercenaries. I don't see what the benefit of that is, but this is just as bad. If this was defensive, I would have taken it, but yeah, it's no bueno. Well, let's see here. Temporary laced. Now, what kind of character should I make? It's because you're too low level. Well, 83, you can get, I think, 82s. You just have to get kind of lucky when you go in. I don't know what the best Tal Sorceress is. I never really messed with it too much. Let's see. What is our faster cast rate at? 20? 30? Is each one of these 10? I think it is. So that's 40. 50. 60, 79, plus if I find any rings or anything. Okay. So not really that good. Usually if I go to 84, I can find an 83 Merc. 85, sometimes I'll need to go to 85, but I can usually get lucky if I just do 84 higher typically. Wow, I don't have any waypoints for anything. Yikes.
Evil beware. This is yours. Help! This is for you. Help me. Help! This is for you. Thank you. This ancient tree has an aura of magic about it. Read.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need some skills to get rid of Ruck and Ishu. I already have a lightning character though, so I was thinking either fire or... I was thinking Fireball Orb actually. What software are you using to cast the screen? Not sure I understand. Do you mean to go to like all the different areas and stuff? Colbot, the name of this channel. Do I do orb? I could just go straight Blizz. I'm not a big Blizz fan. I don't like Blizzard that much. Orb is easier to use. Blizz Nova. That's interesting. Blizz Nova is not going to work out very well. I'm not sure I follow tech. I'm not understanding. You mean you can see the game and password and the ping and the time that I've been in the game and whatnot? If that's what you're talking about, then I'm casting the game to YouTube? Oh, I'm just using OBS. Sorry. Nothing special, it's just OBS. You capture the window and then you send it to YouTube, basically. Easy peasy. I do have Infinity, and I don't think Infinity works very good for fire and orb, so I might have to go lightning just to be effective. Because if I get the mercenary and he can't kill the immunes, that's not going to be very useful. OBS is free, yes. If you just search open broadcast software, it's absolutely for free. Yeah, you're welcome. Takes a little getting used to, and you have to kind of resize the window a little bit, but it's really not all that hard to use, so you can always message me if you have problems or questions or anything. I'll help you out. Man, I just don't want another character that has the same abilities, though. I think I'm just going to go for Orb and Fireball. Was it Ice Bolt that does 2%? Okay, here we go. Can always re-roll, I got plenty of tokens. Let's see, Firebolt and Meteor. So do Firebolt first. It's not the worst Fireball. So let's see. Do Fireball with this, and then... Well, better not do that actually. There we go. That'll be a 4. Let's try that way. Have to get used to it. Does Meteor add synergy? It does actually. Let me show you real quick. Right there. 14% per level. So if you were to do that, you'd get an extra 14% damage per meteor that you stick in there. So, not bad actually. Same thing as Firebolt.
You have welcome.
I'm just kind of wasting time here so I don't get realm downed. Because I have a bot running in the background, so I don't really want to get realm down from making too many games. No, it doesn't. So synergies only count if you do actual points. The plus the skills do not count toward the synergy. Pretty sure. I think you have to actually physically put the points in for it to actually count for damage, more damage. I don't think the Act 2 mercs will have been changed. Like Tech said, I'm pretty sure you have to leave the game now. If you could do the synergies with plus to skills, that would be insane because you would deal massive amounts of damage with plus skills because there's so many different items that give you plus to skills that would just be insane. Is the River of Flame worth botting? I'm having an issue running 2 Hammerdens and getting hit by a cow here. And getting realm downed as well. I was running Pit, CS, Bale, but Bale nor Pit never seemed to drop anything good. Bale and Pit can drop stuff that's good. I've found tons of Sojas, high runes, high-end uniques in both places. It's just RNG. It just takes time. Set your max game time higher, but also just do more areas. Just in general, like he's saying he wants to do River of Flame. I wouldn't recommend the River of Flame If you're doing Paladin, you can do just about anywhere. There's really not a lot that's immune to you. You could do Act 5. Act 5 is a really good place to waste time because it can drop any of the high runes, including Zod. So maybe Abaddon, Shank, Eldritch, Pindle, Dak Farron, Sharktooth, stuff like that I would recommend. Ancient Tunnels is not good with Paladin because they're immune. There's a ton of immunes in tunnels. Or at least there used to be. I'm pretty sure there still is. Physical, or no, magical immunes. Tunnels is really only good for Cold Sorceress. Um, Tunnels, even with
I need a key.
Lightning Sorceress, is not great because there's a ton of immunes there that are lightning too. That's why Pits is generally preferred over Tunnels for Lightning Source, because it's going to be more advantageous. Frozen River is just nasty though. Frozen River, you can get easily one-shotted in there. Just by all the nonsense. I wouldn't recommend Frozen River personally. That's just me. I don't find that place to be. It's hard to stay alive in
I
there.
need a key.
If you had a really, really good character that was super strong, you could probably handle it. But in general, it's pretty nasty. I think the Hammerton could probably do it if you had good stats and good equipment. But I still wouldn't recommend it honestly. There's a lot of other places you could do that would be just as good.
Good day. Hi there. When I fled. Oh, hi there.
I will check Act 2 again real quick just in case, but I do not believe it's going to matter. It's going to be the same mercs it was earlier. Yeah, looks like it. 82 offensive. We need defensive, so it's no good. Let's go kill. Oh, I don't even have that, so let's go grab that.
Help me. This is yours. Help. This is yours.
Yeah, the dolls are really gross. Even those like
Andaria's stronghold.
abominable snowman guys can stun the ever-loving snot out
Help
of you
me.
and kill you. They'll just sit there and pound you over and over. They're gross. You're not gonna make weapons from anything, big boy. You're dead.
I hope the sisters appreciate this thing. Help. Help me. Help. This is yours. Help me. Help. Help me.
Oh, did it change? Oh, okay, cool.
This is for
So
you.
maybe if you change axe, it actually works. Let's test that. So I changed axe again. Let's see if they're different. Maybe you just have to change axe and not just go in the tunnels. Nope, they're the same. Looks like to me. So that didn't work. So I'm wondering, what is it that triggers the change then? If we can figure out what triggers the change, I can just stay in one game and do it over and over until I get the one I need.
Help me.
What am I going to imbue? I have no idea. It's only Nightmare, so likely it won't be good anyway.
Oh,
Through a portal or a time limit? The time limit thing would be kind of a bummer. But let's see if it's cow level that does it.
I can't.
So, why can't I go in this? That was weird. Okay. Let's see if it changed now that we went into cows.
Greetings.
Nope. Looks the same. So it's not cow. It may just be a time limit deal. That might be what it actually is. Which is basically useless because I don't feel like sitting in games for however long that, what was it, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes probably? So that's kind of a bummer. Did I do Den of Evil in this? No, I didn't. So I'll go do that. Here we go. 82 defensive. That's close enough. And then
Evil beware.
are you sure? Because it didn't look like new names to me. And if they were new names, they weren't different levels. They were the same levels. At least they look like the same levels to me. That level 82 is in the exact same spot, and so was the 7879. Normal TP, not the cat TP. That's interesting. Well, here, we can test it again.
This cave has been purged of evil.
I'll go to Act 2 and we'll do Radamant.
The Order welcomes you.
Whoops, what am I doing here? Okay, so let's take a look at the list.
Good day.
So, we got 3 level 82s, 2 at the bottom, 1 in the middle, Golzar, Ilzan, and Zanari. And then let's go do Radamant, and then I will take a TP back to town, and we'll see.
This is for you. Help! Good day. What a misguided monster.
It's exactly the same.
Help me.
It seems like it definitely is a time limit thing.
This is for you. Help me.
Sometimes the game crashes when I go through Act 3 like this, so if it does, bear, excuse me, bear with me. Damn, excuse me.
This is yours. Help! This is for you. Oops.
Nice. Easy
Some sort of
peasy.
magic about this item. Very strange.
Yeah, I would say I would keep Bale, especially if you're getting Realm Downs, because Bale
I
takes a
think
little while.
What?
It just adds time to your runs, and Bale is capable of dropping anything also. So it's a good place to not only level, because it has the highest amount of XP per any place in the game, other than maybe Ubers. I'm not sure, I don't remember anymore. But
May the black book bring
it's
you
well
all
worth
the
it.
way to hell.
Goodness.
Kuros Temples is really good for runes. I run them myself. Chess Mania is something worthwhile, just in general, I think.
Help me. Help! Thanks. He was corrupted to the core. I pity him. This is for you. Help! Help me.
Click the wrong one.
This is yours. Thanks.
Oh my gosh. How many players are you running in the game? um, well, you can run all your bots together too. You don't necessarily have to run pubs. It's part of the reason I switched off of West, though. There just wasn't that many people playing.
What do you need?
I don't know the botting situation, if there's still lots of public bots, or I haven't looked. Why would you want to drop anything? That's the real question. Are you just trying to keep your runs as short as you can without getting realm downed? Generally, I just let mine run for a really long time. If I run 2 or more bots, I run it for 15 plus minutes, and I never get realm downs if I do that. Now, yeah, they're running 15 plus minutes, but if you get a realm down that lasts a month or two, all that time you would have saved is gone anyway. So I just rather err on the side of caution myself. Unfortunately, experimenting means you could end up with a realm down for trying to experiment, so I generally don't mess with it too much. These guys are probably immune. Yep.
This is yours. Forgive me. Impossible.
Thank you. Hello.
I got owned today, turned off 7 bots, then turned them all back on without waiting. Yikes, yeah, that'll do it. Oh, fair enough. I mean, 10 minutes should be enough. I just don't really want to chance it or even get anywhere near 20 games per hour. I don't particularly like that, so. But hey, man, whatever works for you, works for me. 2 to Sorceress, but I didn't roll anything else. Darn.
Yes?
Of course, it is Nightmare.
Could this be a trap?
You're the ancient. At your service.
Alright. So I think we did all the good quests for Nightmare. Might as well go to normal. Why not? Get all those done too. Although I might have some of those done. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, got Den. Got Radaman. We did not get the Tome. Did get Azul. Did not get Larzik. Okay. So, Act 3.
Forgive me.
Whoops. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I was botting even before Tal.
May the
Um,
black book
Tal
of
is actually
death
based
go
off of
to hell.
D2NT, and D2NT was probably the second or third bot that I used. I used MethBot, then I used, there was one before that, Cuckbot, I think. CU No, KUK bot, and then that became paid, and you had to pay to use it, which I wasn't willing to do. And then I used D2NT, then Atoll, then Colbot. So been a bunch through the years, and I'm sure there's way more than that that I didn't actually get in on.
Help me. Not magic.
You're the ancient. Can I help you?
Aragat can rest easier now.
Uh,
I'll probably bring my paladin in here to help me with hell because it's going to be really hard without a call to arms, and just in general it's not going to be great. It was easy but less customization, very very true. Oh man, you're good. Don't worry about how many questions you're asking. It doesn't bother me at all. Clear all 3 levels of Maggot. Yeah, I think I'm with Tech here. I probably would do just the last one. That I don't actually run it, but if I was going to run it, that's what I would do also. So I basically need all of these. So if I have trouble, I'll bring in the Paladin. Well, I could bring in my Light Sorceress too, I suppose she could handle it.
Evil beware.
We'll see.
This place is troubled.
It's weird that they're immune to cold, but the cold aura still affects them. Always found that to be odd. Gotta love that lag. Hit him like 1,000 times, didn't do any damage. Oh, it's very nice of you, Lawrence. Really nice of you to offer. It wasn't too bad. Took a little longer than it normally would, but that's not a big deal.
This cave has been
This cave has been purged. Um, it's set to pick up most really good rares, but not all. There's a few Picket lists I've seen available for sale that I think would be better, but you have to pay for them. So there's that. There's some guy that has some crazy good Picket lists out there, but he's only going to share it if you pay for it, which I don't agree with. Come on, stupid lighter. For the most part, it picks up most really good rares, but there's a few exceptions that could be added. Um, I honestly have no clue as to what they are, but
help me.
I'm unwilling to pay for Picket lists. I understand why somebody would charge for one, because it's a lot of effort to make your own.
Help.
But I'm wondering how different is it from the one that's already there? You know, if it's like another 1,000 lines of code, then that's worth paying for. But if it's only like 10 or 20 extras, sorry, I don't think that's worth a ton of money. And of course, they're not going to let you see it, so you won't know till after you buy it, which I'm not willing to do, so. Yeah, the paying for the droppers is weird to me. And if the dropper, okay,
What
let
a
me put that a
misguided
different way.
monster.
If the dropper costs $10, I'd pay for it. Seriously, I would. $10 is reasonable. But the dropper that I've seen costs like $100 and something.
Welcome.
They were charging like $200 for it at one time, which I'm sorry, that's just absurd. I'm not going to pay you that much for that. It's only useful for GSP basically. And then there has been occasions where droppers have gotten people banned. So, not saying that it would, but it could. And on top of that, it might not work at any time. So, no, I'm good. If you use Cobalt, you can just use Lime Drop. You don't need to use droppers. Really the only true reason for needing droppers is if you're doing massive amounts of trading on JSP. If you're only trading a little bit here and there, it's not really going to be that useful to you anyway. Lime Drop it works with Cobalt and it's free. It's not really anywhere near as good as the one that Laz is offering, but it gets the job done. See, I don't know if they steal your password. It could. There's really no reason why it couldn't do that. So, technically, your Cobalt could do the exact same thing. Although I've never had it do that, but it could do that.
Greetings.
Hello there. Well done. I'm surprised you made it back all in one.
So for this one, I think I'm going to need my Light Sorceress because this one's going to be hard to deal with. Should be clear now. It really is only for big time resellers because why would you need 9 droppers or 5 droppers or whatever the case may be
May the
unless you're
force
doing
guide
lots and
Rune
lots of
and
trades all at
Tal.
once? There's not really a reason for that. So, yeah, personally, I don't think most people need it. If you're a hardcore seller, sure, but most people aren't. So, I didn't get the bird, and bird's going to be difficult too. That one's immune to cold. That's not good. Yeah, I just don't think she can handle it. Doesn't do enough damage, really. Alright, we tried. Do that later. I wonder if it would drop if she killed it. I don't think it would, but try it anyway. Wow, these guys are tough. Alright. I don't think it'll drop if I kill it with the other character, though. I don't think that's how this works now. Didn't work. Monarch might get a J-Mud if we get super lucky. Probably not. F. Meh. Oops. What am I smoking? Cigars. I like cigars a lot, so I smoke them about 2 or 3 times a night.
You now speak to Ormus. Good to
to the core. I pity it.
I have a couple Monte Cristos from my vacation. Very cool. Putting the slashes in front of anything will make it so that you don't grab them. So you never need to delete any of the lines in your Picket. In fact, I would never recommend you delete any lines in your Picket, actually. Um, because later on you may want it again, which means you're going to have to re-add it, and that's kind of not so great, so... Holy crap, this is heavy. What is this? Not sure. Speaking of cigars, just got some delivered. Well, are you inhaling them? Because cigars were never really meant to be inhaled. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton of smoke in cigars, so if you inhale it, you're definitely going to get a head rush. That is for sure. There's no doubt about that. Typically, I wouldn't recommend that you, that you inhale cigars. I'm sure it'd raise my blood pressure real quick too if I inhaled on them. I have no doubt of that. You're inhaling, yeah, you don't want to do that. That's not how it's supposed to be done. I mean, I guess you can if you're used to it, but I would definitely say most people aren't. They're not anything like cigarettes. A lot of people think that they will be. Oh, I smoke cigarettes. This will be the same. No, 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 it won't. Not even close. Oh, really? That's terrible. That's probably one of the worst hull forges I've ever got right there. Garbage. Garbage. Yeah, let's see. Do we have enough to make another? I don't think we do. Let's see. We got a thole. Nope, I don't have a thole. Could go grab one, I suppose. Do that later. No, the red exclamation point just means that you are editing your files and that the files don't match the original copies. A lot of people get that mistaken. It doesn't mean there's an error. If you're looking at your folder and it has a red exclamation point, you got nothing to worry about. Did you know you can repair the hammer for extra good luck? That's hilarious. I actually didn't know you could do that, but I'm not surprised. That's like putting, I remember people were talking about put sockets in your, or if you get a Wurt's leg and it has sockets, put rainbow faucets in it because it'll give you better cal levels. You get better drops. I've heard that one too. That's hilarious. Yeah, the full tome or whatever.
You're an
I do the full tome
can I
thing.
help you?
I don't think it actually does anything for me, but I do it anyway. It's funny. I'm pretty sure it does nothing, but supposedly it gives you more cows. Supposedly. Why did I pick that one to believe in and not the other ones? I have no idea. It's like habit. Kind of hilarious. Good old Ithbo days. That's true. That is very true. Them's were the days.
Impossible. Okay. Then
For sure, Lawrence. Just adding more places is always a good idea. D2 is filled with secrets. How would we know about cube recipes if someone didn't make Ariat Summit the website? There used to be, it wasn't just Ariat Summit. There was another place that did it back then too, like way, way back in the day. But yeah, they weren't known until somebody figured them out. I don't even think Blizzard let us know. They let the community find out, which, by the way, is kind of something that's missing from modern games, is letting people figure. Some games do it. I'll give some games credit, but most games don't. They handhold you and tell you everything you need to know and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a fan. Two white rings and a hex. Yeah, you're not wrong. Those were the days.
you you just
There was a ton of crazy stuff back then. They just like went full retard mode with that. I mean, like just everything they could do to make any kind of hacked item. They just went for it. It was insane. Which is kind of funny looking back on it. Some secret ones that we never discovered? I don't think so, only because people have actually gone as far as like analyzing the code of the game at this point, like the source, not the source, but they've broke down all the different pieces of the game into source and then checked it. So I'd kind of doubt it. Plus, I would think by now, if it was available, Blizzard would have told us. Maybe not though. They don't seem to care, so hard to say. Havoc jewels, I forgot about those. I actually forgot all about that. That is funny.
Yes?
Could do some rolls on stream, I suppose. I've got a few things that need to be rolled. Let's see. I don't have the soul and the dole for this, I don't think. But I do have them on a different character, so we can do that. And I need 2 low runes. What else do we have on here? Let's see. Nothing. Okay then. Cliff Killer Amulet? That was hilarious. Hybrid rune words were insane. Those were, like, even the white rings and stuff, the hybrids were just crazy. As far as I know, hybrids still exist, right? People still have those. I don't think they deleted them from the game, last I checked. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they did. They stopped you from being able to make them ever again, but I don't think they actually went as far as to delete them from the game entirely.
Hello.
I don't think he's 83 yet. Nope. Pretty close, though. Almost there. What else? Those are the best days of Diablo 2, I think, just in general, because we had, there was a huge community, which helped a lot. And not only that, but just more ways to play the game. Even if they were cheating, it just gave you more options. And now we really don't have those. Leech did work back then. Totally did. 100%. That's why it was broken. Because that was insane. Hello? We're lagging that bad? Jeez.
Good day.
There we go. The advertising bots were the worst part. Out of all the things people complain about and everything that everybody, wants to say is bad, that was by far the worst one. Because the advertising bots were relentless. There was thousands of them, and that was terrible. The trade channels were really cool, and JSP basically did ruin those, but overall, I'd say JSP was better, just in general. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. think that's it. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, should be good. Oh yeah, there was millions of Sojas out there, absolute metric tons of them. I think I had at one time like 100 counts full of Stone of Jordan rings. There was just that many. Yeah, I mean JSP at this point is the only way to really trade. Trading in game is basically dead, so you know, one way or another we would have ended up on JSP or something similar. There just isn't a big enough community. I guess if JSP didn't exist, you might be able to do it in game. I just don't know. I don't know how well it would have went. If there was more players, it would probably still be trading available in game. The more players you have, the less people are likely to use JSP. So, oh yeah, the trade scammers were everywhere. Um, Tal Raja's armor was a big one. Wind Force, um, Arcane's Valor is another one. Back in the '08 days, Storm Shield. You can scam a Storm Shield. I forget what the other shield is, but there's a shield that looks like it that you can scam with. There's a ton of them. There's literally a ton of scams out there for that stuff. They were good times and they're fun. Yeah, obviously the game was more alive back then. Yeah, that guy is very active on JSP. I think he's got like 50k forum gold or something at this point. He's got a ton. East is where it's at in terms of trading on JSP. There's way more people on East. So I would highly recommend it. Alright, so let's do some rolls here. We got 2 e-bugged armors will do, and then I'll make a dream out of this one. So I'll do the dream first. I think dream is IO jaw pull, but let me make sure real quick. Yeah, it is. So let's do that one. That's actually pretty good. That's not a bad roll at all, actually. 18 res. I'm not sure what the faster hit recovery is, but I think 30 might be max. I'll have to look. I think that's a pretty good roll overall. My JSP is Dark Vigilante with a C, if you're asking me. I made 4K Forum Gold this ladder so far on East ladder. Right on. That's a lot. I mean, if you think about it, that's not bad at all. There's more of a community on East? There definitely is, sadly. I played West for pretty much the entirety of Diablo 2 until about 5 years ago. And I just decided to switch because there's just way more people on there. 114.26, yeah, it's not great for the resistances, but the life's not terrible. Ooh, that's a really low life roll, but a decent resistance roll. I'd rather have the life than the resistances. Oops, that was an accident. Oh well. Keep the Andariels, put these other two on a mule here in a minute. What build am I making for the Dream for? I'm gonna do either another Oridin, only I'm gonna put a little bit of a twist on it. If I do that again, there's a different build that I want to try, or a Tesladin. Not sure yet. I might make one of both. Who knows? Might get crazy with it, but the Dream, I guess I could put on the Mercenary temporarily till he levels up, but there's not really much of a point. He's gonna level up pretty quick, so. Uh,
Yes?
Offhand, I don't remember what the build looks like for Tesladin. Um, so I couldn't tell you. It's something that somebody brought up on stream recently, so I have it saved on my desktop somewhere, but at the moment I don't know. Yeah, you can still stack. I don't know if it works exactly the same way as it did. Maybe it does. I haven't gotten clarification with that, and I haven't messed with it in a couple of years, so. Oh my lord, that's even worse. GG Ring's only going for 104 gold or so. Well, it depends. On East, you can get a lot more, especially for crafted stuff, because the crafted stuff is what tends to have the most value. So it just depends, I guess. Let's see, I might buy a couple more spirit sets off of JSP, because I really don't want to be stuck with this 26. That's terrible. So just give me a minute here, guys. I'm gonna re-roll that. Yeah, 26 absolute garbage tech. You're not wrong. I have the worst luck with spirit, specifically spirit. Like a lot of other times, infinity, I get almost perfect rolls a lot of times. Um, Dream, I have somewhat good luck, but a lot of times those are terrible too. Hoj, I did pretty well. Last Wish, I didn't do too bad. Grief wasn't too bad. So overall, it's just like medium to decent rolls. But the spirit, every time I roll it, it's garbage. So yeah, I'm running east for sure next ladder, going to pile up as much forum gold I can on west, then bail to east after. That's what I would do, and that is what I did back then. So need to figure out Sonic for the next ladder launch. If it's worth it, it's 100% worth it. Sonic runs by itself. You don't even have to play the game; it does it for you. You know, you can run like 4 of those sorceresses and let them get all the way to level 80, and now you have 4 characters that you don't have to rush or do anything with. You know, they may not have the best gear, but at least you're to the point where you can find good gear, and you didn't have to level up yourself. So good thing they're easy to reroll. They're easy to reroll, and they're also cheap to reroll, which is, um, good. Because it'd be a really big bummer if you had to reroll something like Infinity where it's super expensive. Sonic is another install. I'll try next ladder with 4 Sonic Sorks. It's really easy to do. If you've done Cobot regularly, it's not that hard to do. A lot of the same things that you already know will apply to that. And actually, you really don't have to do nearly as much. You basically just tell it which realm, um, hardcore, not softcore, and what am I missing here? Expansion, ladder, all that good stuff. And that's it. There's really not much more editing because you don't have to do the inventory settings, you don't have to do the skills, you don't have to do which areas they're going to do, all that kind of stuff is all taken care of for you. So you really don't have to worry about it quite as much. Yeah, Last Wish is horrible. Last Wish is actually a lot worse because there's way more high runes on that. So doesn't look like anybody has any spirit sets for me on JSP tonight. It's a bummer. Well, no big deal, I guess, for now. Can just leave it as is. Go do some magic finding, see how she does with fireball and orb. I don't have a torch, but I need better gloves. We can try it, see how it goes. Grab those waypoints. It really does only take about 10 minutes. It's not a big deal.
Help! This is yours. ancient tree has an aura of magic about it.
Hello, just got home from work. Welcome, welcome. Some people use Crescent Moon and a Crystal Sword on their Lightning Sorceresses. What do you think about that build? Interesting. I guess that could work potentially. But I don't really see why you would do that when there's so many better options out there. What are they, what attributes are they doing that for? Like, what's their point of doing that, I guess? It just seems counterproductive, mostly. Oh, right, I didn't get the infinity.
Greetings.
Lol. He's just going around with no weapon.
Thanks.
And of course he's immune to fire and cold.
Hello.
Minus 35 lightning res stack on top of infinity. Hmm.
You have
The
written.
thing is, how much are you getting with this Judas if you put a 5/5 light in it? You're only losing, what, 15 minus? Or so? So, I mean, 15 is not bad, obviously. That's pretty good. But I don't know if it's worth losing all the other stuff to get that. I'm just not sure. It doesn't seem like it would be worth it. I guess I could run something besides Infinity, considering I'm not using Lightning, it's not going to be that useful. Could run a Reaper's Soul. This is something a lot of people don't pick up that has some value. If this rolls Jewelers with 100 life on it, you can sell those. Now, of course, the chances of you finding a Jewelers with 100 life on it is not going to be very high, but you could. There it is.
Good day. I'll put that to good use.
Hi there. When I fled... Oh, hi there.
Act 3 mercenary? Yeah, I mean, you could. I think with the Oridon or the Tesladin, you can use an Act 3 mercenary. In fact, I think it's ideal because they can use a shield, a sword, and a helmet, whereas Act 2 is a double-handed polearm. So pretty sure that in some cases that would be ideal. It just depends on what you're trying to do. Do you remember back in the day you can give mercs plus 12 skills when they did special moves? Plus 3 to all skills on a merc made them shoot big lightning bolts, huge damage? No, I don't actually remember that.
Greetings.
I was not aware of that.
Well,
Is there a weapon like Dream that was Holy Shock? I don't think so. I think they're correct. I think Hoj was the only thing that you could get, which was Holy Fire. That's why you would run Dragon and Hoj, and then for your shield you would run Dream, and your helmet you would run Dream. So then you had fire and lightning auras that were emitting, and then obviously you could use Zeal or something else if you're running a Paladin. So Ordnance are pretty strong. Can easily kill Uber Diablo for the Annihilus with it, that's for sure. I'm sure you could Uber with it too if you did it right. Although the auras aren't really all that useful in Ubers, but I'm pretty sure it would still be able to handle it. Just trying to think of what weapon I want to use with her. I guess Insight wouldn't be terrible. Just having unlimited mana is not bad, so I might roll with that. Have you tried a Necro Summon Uber yet? I'm thinking of giving it a try. I haven't. Um, I don't see why that wouldn't work either, though. Although the Skellies, unless they're physical, the mages probably wouldn't help you too much. But the revives would. The revives and the physical mages would probably do, or the physical Skellies would do fine. My cheap Smiter uses Whiz Spike for res. Interesting. If you were ES, Insight is good? Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Anya in Hell is really hard to do. Unless you have a really decently geared character, it's not really that much fun. Even then, you can still get certain enemies that will pop up and give you some trouble, that's for sure. I think because I have the Infinity, that's probably what I'm gonna run. Only because I have it. I don't actually have an extra insight at the moment. Well, actually, hold on. Do I have the runes to roll one? Ralter, Tall. What is insight? Ralter, Tall Soul? I can't remember. I think that's what it is. If that's the runes that I need to roll it, then I'll probably just do that. Ralter, Tall Soul, yeah. I wish FOH did splash or AoE damage for PVM. Yeah, that'd be really nice if it did. Because then it would actually be viable. It's viable for PvP somewhat, but it's definitely not viable for PVM at all. It's just way too slow. I haven't really had any big drops. Nothing like super amazing, that's for sure. But that's RNG for you. You might get a really amazing drop one day and then absolute dog doo doo for like the rest of the month. Can get pretty unlucky, that's for sure.
Help me. Help! Come on. This is yours. Help! Help me. Help! Help!
Help, 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 yeah. We could do tunnels, because she's cold, so go get the waypoint for that. And some more help will be needed,
Help
of
me.
course.
This is yours. Help! This is for you. Help! This is yours.
There's just a ton of lightning immunes in here, that's why I never bring my lightning sorceress here, it's not really worth my time. There's a few cold immunes sometimes, but usually it's not very many. Ah, wish that would have dropped unique. That would have been nice. Do Duriel as well. Shouldn't seem too bad. I mean, Tal's is not like horrible, it's just not
Help
ideal.
me. Thanks.
320-20 right here, the small charm. Boom! Wow, that could have been good. A little higher stats and we could have had some there. Zod, Rune, and a Soj today, that's it. I mean, that's not too bad. Could be worse. Didn't you say you got Realm down too?
Help
So,
me.
You know, you haven't really been farming the entire day, I would think, if that's the case.
Help me.
A couple of uniques, not bad. Rare amulet, yeah, overall not terrible. Uniques weren't any good, but always good to see them fall. Oh boy, fire skills. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to call it today. We're a little shy of 3 hours from what I normally do, but close enough. I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching the stream. Please subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'd really appreciate it.